Welcome back to the Sharp Edge. NFL preseason action is heating up, and we're getting ready for the kickoff of the 2018 regular season. You have your fantasy drafts yet? Getting ready to pick your squads? Well, I'll tell you what I'm getting ready for. NFL win totals. This is the time of the preseason I like to look at the odds of who's projected to win how many games, and which teams I think will win more than the projections, and which teams I think will win less than the projections. Last year, 10 teams won double digits in the NFL. This year, only 6 are projected to win double digits. In the AFC, it's the class teams, the Patriots and the Steelers. In the NFC, you have 4 teams, the defending champion Eagles, as well as the Vikings, Packers, and the Rams. So let's break it down division by division while I give you my favorite play of what to choose over or under. Let's start in the NFC East, and of course, the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are favored to win this division once again. That's why they have the highest win total projection. But that's not the team I'm picking here. I look at the New York Football Giants. Yes, I know they won 3 games last year and had the 2nd overall pick in the draft, but at 7 wins projected according to the Vegas odds, that is a low number. This team can win 9 games this year. In fact, I think they will be 9-7, along with the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. Yes, the Eagles are the best team in that division, but that doesn't mean we can't root for the New York Football Giants to win over 7 games. Look at their offense with new head coach Pat Shurmur, and of course, the 2nd overall pick Saquon Barkley. Odell Beckham Jr. is back healthy, and Eli Manning is a man on a mission after being benched last year for Geno Smith. Pick the Giants over 7 wins. Let's go to the NFC North, where I think the Minnesota Vikings are still the class of this division. 13 wins a season ago, but only 10 projected in 2018. I get that Aaron Rodgers is healthy and the Packers will be better this year, but the Vikings bring back Dalvin Cook, their first-round pick from a season ago, who got hurt early on in the season. Their defense is still, in my opinion, the best defense in the NFC, so I like the Vikings, with head coach Zimmer, to win over 10 games. In the NFC South, I'm going with another over. It's the Atlanta Falcons. 9 wins? Are you kidding me? I get they only won 10 last year, but this offense is stacked. Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones give Matt Ryan the best 1-2 punch in the NFL at the wide receiver position. I think the Panthers will be down as well, so will the Tampa Bay Bucks, missing Jameis Winston for a couple of games, so I like the Atlanta Falcons to win over 9 games. In the NFC West, I get it. The San Francisco 49ers are everybody's darling. Jimmy G's a stud. He was 5-0 last year, and we know he's going to be good this year as their starting quarterback. They have solid weapons on offense, and their defense is sound as well. But that's not the play I'm going for. I'm looking at the Seattle Seahawks, projected at only 8 wins, and I'm going under. The Legion of Boom is no more. They have more injury concerns going into this season. And I get that Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but I don't trust this team. I'm going under 8 wins for the Seahawks. Over in the AFC East, it's going to be hard for anybody to defeat the New England Patriots. Still the class of that division, they're not going anywhere. But take a look at the New York Jets. Projected to win just 6 games this year. Have you been watching the preseason action? Sam Darnold looks like he is the real deal. And even though he might not start the season as their starting quarterback, I do believe he will eventually take over. And the whole suck for Sam campaign last year will pay off this year, as the New York Jets, they might be a 7-9 team, but guess what? 7 is above the win total of 6. In the AFC North, it seems like the Cleveland Browns are everyone's darling pick at 5.5 wins. And maybe that has to do with Hard Knocks. It seems like every year the team that's featured on Hard Knocks gets a boost in the public voting. But my pick in this division is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not over 10.5 wins, but under 10.5 wins. With a difficult schedule this year, teams like the Pats, Saints, Falcons, Chargers, they're going to have a hard time winning 11 games. They might win this division because they're the best team, but I'm going under 10.5 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the AFC South, this is an interesting pick because it solely relies on the health of one player, Deshaun Watson. If he's healthy, the Houston Texans easily will win over 8.5 games. Look at how special he was last year when he was on the field. They have DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt coming back healthy, and Jadeveon Clowney, who had a beast of a season last year. I like the Houston Texans over 8.5 wins. Finally, in the AFC West, this is my favorite play because they're my darling team this year. This team will make the playoffs and actually will have a deep run in the AFC playoffs. And that's the Los Angeles Chargers. Don't call them San Diego. The Los Angeles Chargers. 9.5 may seem like a high total, but this team will win double-digit games. The division is weaker, their talent is better, and Phillip Rivers is out to prove something. He's a future Hall of Famer, and this year he's going to play even more like it. Go with the Chargers over 9.5. Now let's welcome in our guests to this week's episode. Alisa, Salc, PR manager for DraftKings, alongside Pat Mayo, DraftKings NFL analyst. Alisa, with sports betting becoming legal throughout the United States and DraftKings Sportsbook launching, players in New Jersey only can bet on these over-under totals on DraftKings Sportsbook, right?
Yes, sports fans based in New Jersey can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and place their bets for this NFL season.
Now, Pat, what's your favorite over-under play for the 2018 season?
I like the Ravens over 8.5.
Oh.
Ravens over 8.5. You know, the Browns are getting a lot of love at 5.5.
Yeah, that's great. They're going to finish. I mean, if they finish 4-12, it's like they won the Super Bowl. Are we can't. Have you been watching Hard Knocks?
Of course.
You really believe it? You believe in Hugh Jackson, do you? They're the team that everyone wants to pile in on. Oh, they have the. I mean, the only thing that can really save them, and the thing that no one is talking about, is their defense is actually kind of incredible. It's not quite to the level of where like Jacksonville broke out last year. They could be a mini version of Jacksonville. Everyone's projecting this offense to be great, but I mean, you're going to have efficient Tyrod Taylor until we see Mayfield, and they're not going to have to do that much besides run the ball.
Thanks for watching this edition of The Sharp Edge. If you have a comment, maybe you agree or disagree with one of our takes, or just have a hot take of your own or a winning pick of your own, be sure to comment on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and who knows, you could be featured on one of our future episodes. And tune in to our next episode, where it's finally time to get into some game action. Week 1 of the college football season is fast approaching, and we'll tell you who we like to win those games. I'm Scott Seidenberg. This is The Sharp Edge, brought to you by My New Philly, where something's always new and everything's always Philly.